just right. It is up and down, moving through dimensions when will I ground. I have seen it all and I'm still not spanked. I'm the one that took the cup and I drank. Here's the message that you seek as I glide with the frequencies, glide with the frequencies.
Top of the day and highest vibrations to you. How are you feeling? How are you elevating on this lovely, beautiful, but always divine journey of life? Now, first of all, Namaste, as I recognize that source-given energy within you. But if this is your first time meeting my acquaintance, my name is Tears, also known as the holistic artist behind the beautiful, mindful website, informalmatters777.com. Now, that's what this is all about. You have something within you that is so magical. You have something within you that is so powerful, even in the times where we may initially feel like it's not. And we can go through life as much as we want trying to suppress it, but sooner or later that spirit is going to awaken within us. So this is why you have been brought here to the Spiritual Awakening series by Tears, hosted by informalmatters777.com. Now, this matter is always informal because we always feel like, hey, if I have this list of things I want to accomplish, let me wait and get myself in a certain degree before I'm ready to make the change. But that's the thing. When it is time to make a change within that mind, body, and soul alignment, there is nothing that should stop you from stepping forward, right? This matter is informal. Just go ahead. As soon as you're conscious of this moment that you want to elevate and keep elevating, come on down. That is what we are here for, because this journey is always working in our highest favor. Now, once again, this is the Spiritual Awakening series, so welcome to part 1, where we are going to dive into the catalyst. Yes, the catalyst. So, if you haven't been acquainted with my bowls, these are my crystal singing bowls. Now, each singing bowl is made out of crystals, and they actually target a certain energy field within us all. But before we even get into energy fields, I just want to lay down the basics of spirituality, of letting you know that everything that you are currently experiencing, this is your confirmation that it's all part of the process. Yes, it sure is. But if you don't mind, I'm going to hit a few tunes. Ooh. Hear the different frequencies, so beautiful. Now, it was very sunny out today, and I've been waiting for the perfect weather to come outside and make this content. But even though it was sunny, it is very windy. And so the first thing I could think of was like, wow, maybe I should wait another day when the wind isn't moving so fast and, got the table going all over the place. But here's the thing. When it comes to a spiritual awakening, it is more so like a rapid change. Okay, so today in my part of the world, the forecast is at 40 miles per hour for the wind. Hey, look at them. I'm going to make sure they're being known. Shout out to the nature of us all. But your spiritual awakening, because we're talking about the catalyst, the first time you really come into yours, it could seem like it is fast and it just erupts out of nowhere. And so we're going to dive into it. Give me 1 second. I'm drinking some tea, the teas that have beautiful quotes on it. So let me read the message out to you. Trust is the question, love is the solution. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Within us all, alignment takes form of 3 major elements within us all. That is our mind, our body, and our soul. Within our soul, also known as our inner child, also known as the spirit, also known as that source energy, is where everything that we truly want, right? Our dreams and aspirations, they all come from the soul. And when the mind and the body is aligned as well, that is when you are able to reach those goals and reach those dreams, because life indeed is a journey. Life is a path we're always, embarking on. But though there could seem like there are obstacles, when you have this moment of enlightenment after the mind, body, and soul has been intertwined in alignment, you are now seeing things in its highest perspective. You are now seeing things how it is only meant to build you into your highest. Now, before we dive deeper into that part, I spoke of mind, body, soul alignment. Now, on this beautiful journey of life, of course, we are getting to the catalyst of the spiritual awakening. So most of the time when we are born, when we are embarking on this journey, we are more intertwined with the mind and the body. And it's not until the journey is ready that this soul and this spirit begins awakening. So let's talk about what's happening up until that moment. When the mind, body, and soul is in alignment, that is the higher self, right? But all versions of ourself serves to lead us to that highest version of ourself. Not saying where you are isn't high, but where you are is only to propel you even higher. Now, it is in this higher perspective, what makes this perspective the highest perspective, it is in this higher vibration that we can become, that our dreams are in alignment, that we actually attained it, right? So we all have this beautiful dream we are given, right? For the most part, we have this vision of a life we expect for ourselves. And now listen, I'm saying to expect for yourself. Now, granted, on this journey in society in general, you could feel, they could say, hey, no, there's a 9-to-5 protocol you have to follow. There is, a certain way you have to, this is them conditioning, right? Society. There's a certain way you have to get things done. So now you're believing that your dreams and your aspirations are only parts of your imagination. No. What if I told you that every dream you had is an indication of the truth of your spirit, of your soul, right? You dream of owning a business. In your past lives, you own multiple businesses. You dream of, being financially free, because deep down within us all, when that source energy has been initiated, when it has been awakened, you'll find abundance in just truly being who you are. Now, being who you are, that doesn't mean you have to do what society tells you to do, because it is within your own right that what you do actually contributes to society as well. Your art, your voice, your many ways of expression. When you are intertwined in the mind, body, and soul alignment, these dreams, you're able to see the power in your own presence. You're not moving more so of the ego anymore, right? But let's get back to the ego real quick. When we are first embarking on this journey from our early birth, we are intertwined in the mind and body more so of the ego. Now, the ego, depending on where your journey has taken you so far, we can hear different scenarios of what the ego does. Is the ego something that serves us or not serve us? But at the end of the day, the ego is someone that helps bring you to where it is you're destined to be. So let's say for the longest time, this is maybe where you're at now on this journey of life. You don't initially have a place of knowing where it is that you're going. But hey, I'm living this life and I'm going to make the most of it. So yeah, you're working a job, you're experiencing things, you're falling in love, you're experiencing heartbreaks. And believe it or not, you may feel like society, the universe is like, dang, why am I feeling so much pressure on myself? Like I'm still not in a great place. Because for the longest, we are born and the spirit hasn't yet awakened, right? The spirit, our soul knows. So they give us remnants and memories within our dreams. However, it takes a while to awaken. But as you're experiencing this journey of life through your experiences and connections, of course, things aren't going to work out in your favor. But as time goes by, you'll see how it always worked out in your favor. But as you're embarking on this journey, your ego is taking in all this information. Now, the ego is the protective shield that within yourself you have created that aligns with society views and standpoints. So the ego is the way that you are protecting that soul, that beautiful divine soul within yourself, so it's not getting hurt, so it's not being chastised, but truly being itself. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. The ego's job is to continuously protect that soul within. But the ego is only going to protect the soul until the soul has had enough and said, hey, I'm ready to wake up from this dormant state, from this dormant phase. So you're on this journey right now. The ego has been running things, mind and body, right? The soul isn't aligned yet. The soul is aligned, but it's in a dormant mode. So now you're following things. So let's say deep within yourself, you're very passive on a job, and you take a lot of compromising events and situations on the job, but deep within yourself, you do not appreciate it. But you're trying to be more aligned with society's viewpoint of how you should be in the workplace environment. Now, that is completely okay. But after a few times, I want to tell you, like, as the ego is taking on these passive responses that you initially within your soul, after a while, the spirit within yourself begins to have enough of that, right? Okay? You're asked at the water cooler again, hey, can you go beyond your way to go do this for me again? And after a while, it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I serving someone else when I should be serving myself, right? An indication of the spirit awakening is that hunger for self-love within yourself. After you've been pouring so much into other people, it's time that you get it back, right? And let's say it's been too many times, maybe years, you've been suppressing that feeling. And so now out of nowhere, right? This spirit has still been dormant, but you're getting these small inclinations within your inner voice, within your intuitions, like, don't do it. But still you do it, right? This is the catalyst building within that spiritual awakening. And then next thing you know, you didn't mean to, but you just had this explosion within, from within, without. And now on the workplace, you're coming off like you are having a tantrum. You're just angry and you're being out of character. Congratulations. That right there is actually the indication that the catalyst has taken place within your spiritual awakening. Now, for the spirit to awaken, I know when we think of spirituality, we could think of nature, everything being so calm, quiet, and serene. But when it's the spirit's first time coming out, when it's the source's first time making its finale and making things happen, most of the time it will not be gracefully. Most of the time it will not be silently. And that is the purpose of me making this content for spiritual awakening, to let you know that it is okay to take up space in this moment. It is okay to be loud, to be proud, because that's all part of the phases of the spiritual awakening. So within the catalyst, right, the ego has been holding things for a long time, leading the way, becoming compliant with society's conditioning. It has been doing everything to keep you complacent on the journey, everything to keep you in the graces in the eyes of others. But when the spiritual awakening begins, when the catalyst has taken place, and now the spirit has been so quiet, and they're like, you know what, ego, I'm taking the wheel now. And the spirit is actually climbing out. And it is not climbing out, but it is now going through the body. If it was dormant, now it's slowly coming out and aligning in the body, right? And that is when you feel that surge of that anger through your body. Now, anger is just another expression of love. That is why it is okay. But I am only saying anger so you can resonate with actually what you may have been feeling during the time of your catalyst. So as it's coming out, right? Your spirit is now just taking over, and you will feel like it's this rush of powerful energy within you. And that is correct. It is powerful energy. Within you is beautiful, divine, powerful energy. And as the spirit is awakening into the body, it is going to begin to take control of the mind as well. So as soon as the catalyst takes place, everything is happening so fast. Thank you, Wynn. Thank you. Everything begins happening so fast. What happens next is more so of a tower moment. This is the feeling of, right, as soon as you stand up for yourself in that situation, in that environment, or if your experience just take place within, but after you feel that initial catalyst taking place, that surge of energy within your body, everything at that same time is going to start falling down. It's going to start crumbling down. Now, you're not going to see it all like physically crumbling down, but out of nowhere, right? Within your spirit is going to just, as it's aligning in the mind, you may just, your inner voice, your intuition may start saying things that you were slowly thinking, but the voice now is so clear, so concise, so strong, so powerful, right? This is also an indication of your spiritual awakening. We all have this intuition, this inner voice that is guiding us. And in this intuition, right? Let's say you want to go somewhere to get some ice cream and you want to choose between two things. And between your options, as you're thinking, your inner voice going to say, let's get chocolate chip. And so you'll think about it, but in the same way, because the voice is so like soft spoken, you're able to say, you know what, I'm going to do chocolate instead. And then your voice could just be like, I can't believe you did that. And then later on, you'll eat it and be like, man, I should have got chocolate chip. But after you had experienced the catalyst of a spiritual awakening, nothing about that voice is about to be passive anymore. Let's say as soon as you awaken, not only are you going to feel this surge of energy through your body, but out of nowhere, you may feel the inclination like, quit your job, because we are way better than this. We are not doing this no more. We have had enough. Let's keep moving forward. And out of nowhere, it's like, these are the feelings you've been thinking, but you never got clarity. But after the spirit awakens, they're like, you know what? I'm giving you all the clarity you need. The source within you is giving you everything that you need. Cause we're tired of being held in the background when we are here to actually flourish in the way that works for us unapologetically. There is something you always wanted, and we are going to talk about it, right? I talked earlier about the ego being the vessel that drives us on this journey of life until the spirit is ready to awaken in, until the catalyst has taken place. And so when this intuition begins speaking strongly to you, everything it's telling you is actually going to be reiteration, remembrance of everything you always were. And now the question is, who are you? Well, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful divine friend. Who you are, you always been. It is not until the social conditioning that you put who you are on the back burner and believed you were that. You see, our life takes place in 9-year cycles. Yes. So every 9 years, each year is dedicated to a specific lesson that our spirit is here to learn on this beautiful journey of life, right? And each cycle is a new stage, a new level of everything we are evolving into that gets us to our highest placement of every dream we have to live it out into this fulfillment. Before you turned 9, you already knew who you were. I love talking about this. You know, when we are born, we have no stipulations. When we are born, there are no rules that govern us, because as our mother brings birth to us from out of her womb, when we arrive into this body, we are just a spirit ready to absorb in all the knowledge that we can. That is why it's so easy to teach a newborn baby like multiple languages. Like as soon as that baby is born, it is a blank slate, and it can be that the baby, you can be whatever you want to be. Right? Let's go back to when you was 3. You probably said, hey, I want to be a dinosaur. And best believe every part of your body, within your mind, body, and soul knew that you were a dinosaur. But what happens once you share that dream with somebody else? Honey, you cannot be a dinosaur. You have to do something that makes sense. And it was in that moment that your dreams were then adjusted. It was in that moment that everything you believed was at a standstill, because now it was being rearranged through adaptation of your environment. It was being rearranged to the condition of how you was brought up. But this, within yourself, before you turned 9, your spirit was freshly here and knew at the strongest inclinations of exactly what it wanted to do, who it wanted to be, and who you were destined to be. So at this moment, if within your intuition, I know you guys are on this journey and you're starting to learn and remember and be back into that divine, but think about what you, before you turned 9, you already knew who you were to be in this lifetime. Before you turned 9, you already had your vision. Now here's the thing. We can never blame those who conditioned us as we grew up, because times are always changing and evolving. And the beautiful thing is that this place where this journey lies now is evolving in such a higher vibration, in such a higher opportune moment, that the world is rearranging just for you to be awakened in your most divine truth. Within you, whatever it is you wanted to do, right? You see, when you move from your heart, you'll learn that within the heart, society deems the heart as a place you shouldn't show your feelings, right? Because being vulnerable brings you pain. But when you truly love something, there's a special energy that connects to that. It's an abundant energy, right? So that is why before you turn 9, that inner child within you already knew how you were going to use your abundant source given energy. So believe me when I say this journey is always working for you. But the most important thing you have to realize is that the catalyst of such a spiritual awakening is happening only to remind you and bring you back to that inner child within yourself. Your inner child is your divine source. See, to be childlike is to be in your source energy. To be childlike is to be in that energy of abundance, right? Because we are never meant to take life so hard on ourselves to the point where it deprives us of our truest and most authentic happiness. You see, to dive back into what you love before you turn 9, as it accesses that abundant energy, do what you love, it'll never feel like working. It is because when you operate and do things from your heart, it creates its own abundance. So, yes, you can do what you love, work for a company doing what you love, and you will get the reciprocity there as well. But if you've been called for a long time to do something outside of working for someone else, let's say your sneakers, if you've been called to design sneakers, do not, I repeat, do not put that dream down. Your dream is unique. Your dream is special in its own way. See, within us all, we all get a special message. And so, your inner child varies from your counterpart. That is also why within us all, we all can feel like we're doing the same thing, but hey, maybe so-and-so is a little luckier than me. Maybe so-and-so is getting, reciprocity before me. But that's all part of the journey as well. Because there are many things that come into effect to determine how we win and in the time frame we will win. And I will be explaining all of this in the upcoming series, okay? This is a 5-part series, so stay tuned. But within this catalyst, okay, thank you to the source of all creation. Just keep me focused on the catalyst event right now. But as we move within our catalyst situation, everything is going to move out of the way that distracted us from returning to that inner child spirit within ourselves. So during this time as well, connections could fall apart. One of the other big catalysts that you could be experiencing during this time is just a heartbreak. And this is going to be the heartbreak connected to someone who you may have experienced love for the first time in your life, right? You experience love and you said, wow, there is truly a higher power out there that loves me unconditionally. And that is why I feel so divine. And divine you are. Always remember that. But then out of nowhere, when it's taken from you, that is only because at this time, right, within that beautiful spirit of yourself, your spirit's been dormant. Your spirit has found what it wanted in that mind, body, soul alignment. But then it was in this point where it was overgiven without receiving in return. So then that is when the source energy within us all, right? The universe said, okay, within this lesson, we're going to let this person learn to rise in their divine power by all means. And that is when they take this away to initiate your catalyst. Now listen, when things are meant to be, you never have to chase it. And you always focus on yourself and you will attract everything you're meant to have. But within this catalyst, you are returning to everything you always were. Things may have to leave, right? You may experience an eviction. You may experience a repossession. You may experience material possessions being taken away from you. But listen, it is not those material possessions that are being taken away from you. Remember, the ego was driving for a long time. The ego was in control as we were protecting the beautiful spirit within. And it is not until the spirit has now awakened that, in a sense, the world of the ego will crumble down just to build the foundation properly on spirit, on that inner child abundance, on that source energy. So understand, in this moment, if the catalyst has taken place in your life, all I can say is you about to level up in ways you have yet to imagine. You are going to find so much power within yourself. Now, in the moment initially, yes, what's going to happen? What's happening in this moment of the awakening with the catalyst? You just need to keep following your inner voice. Now, being in moments of nature and just allowing yourself to refrain from sugars really helps to bring in all the clear, concise messages that are going to serve you at this time. When you are experiencing the catalyst at this time, this is the time where the higher vibrations come in and escort you to everything you're meant to have. They're within your intuition. Your intuition is a combination of those before you. Your intuition is a combination of assistance that you can't see. But the intuition is guiding you to everywhere up, is guiding you to everywhere you're meant to be. So if the catalyst has happened in your life right now, if the catalyst has happened in your journey, the first thing you need to do is be open to new opportunities. You're going to be asked to come out of your comfort zone right now. But listen, stepping into the unknown is the best thing you could do right now. And I am Tears. I love making musical expressions as well. But long ago, I made a song called Unknown. And so I'm going to sing a few fragments because I am intuitively guided to it. Okay? We're going to sing the chorus. I stay in the unknown, but best believe my soul is full grown. They can't knock me down. I'm just on the right path and I'm stepping now. Used to play, nah, not today. Cub ain't so little for these brighter days like sun. I bring the rays, precipitate blessings. I do it for my family, do it for my lover. Can't get to hold me, I'm in the unknown and what's unfolding. I'm down. There you go. Eyes out, yes, I'm scoping. Tired of dreaming, I make action, no more hoping. Ever look to the sky. Vision just came. See creatures flying high. Been amongst the cranes. No such thing as pain. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But yes, the unknown can seem like it's a place that is scary. But that fear is only coming from being in a place you have not been yet. But listen, if you are being called there, that is where your spirit wants to be. That is where you feel such beauty in being. So do not fear the unknown, for it is only a place you have not yet been yet. But as you move into it, you're going to discover yourself a whole lot more. But yes, so those are my words to you for your spiritual awakening within the catalyst on this beautiful journey of life. Now, listen, when I tell you it is just beginning, but I will be here every step of the way to give you and share with you the insight that I have studied and come to know in your highest, so we can all be. But in the meantime, please check out informalmatters777.com, as I created it as a safe place for those who are awakening into their spirit, for a safe place for those who are ready to just align in everything that truly resonates with that inner child, with that inner guidance within themselves, and just to see life from that higher view of all that you truly are. Because your dreams are by no imagination. Your dreams are meant to be lit. Your dreams are meant to be lived in this lifetime. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just really had to let it out. Okay. But yes, stay tuned. More parts of the series coming soon. Until next alignment, feel free to hit the like button, share, comment, and please subscribe to let me know this is the type of fuel to the fire that your passionate self needs. But until next time, don't be afraid to drink a little tea, for that's bad to the mind, and a little time in nature, and you'll do just fine. Until next time, keep being divine, keep winning, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.
Her prayers, promise to the self. The source has created you, it dwells within the self. Yes, you're in the vessel, but the spirit knows no boundaries. Take what was given and fulfill it, it was meant to be. I know you feel it, can't you see? You were meant to be free. 9 to 5, only so long had to go find your dreams. Yes, you matter more than it even may seem. Pray every day and live your frequency. Forgive the past, it ain't last for a reason. Stand and rise again and pray this your season. I've had a dream, and in this dream we are all free. Mind, body, soul alignment is the destiny. Pray for your protection, your spirit's resurrection, that you grace your light every time there is reflection. That in spite you are right.